Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Kyler never existed during the events of Cobra Kai? So in this timeline, Kyler would never be born, and the events of Cobra Kai would continue. Johnny would continue living his life, and Daniel would still own his dealership, and he would still be very successful. Miguel would still move to the valley, and he would still be at the convenience store. But much like in the original timeline, Brooks and his friends would show up, and Miguel would still expose them for trying to buy beer underage. Brooks and his friends would be mad, but they wouldn't bully Miguel at the parking lot. So in this timeline, Miguel wouldn't be bullied at the parking lot, so Johnny wouldn't save Miguel, and he would never reopen Cobra Kai. And the events would carry on. Miguel would still be the new kid at the school, and he would still become friends with Eli and Dimitri. But in this timeline, Eli and Dimitri wouldn't be picked on as much. Miguel would still see Sam and her friends, and eventually over time, he would build up enough courage to talk to Sam. But Sam wouldn't be interested in anything, and she would only see Miguel as a friend. Aisha would still be bullied by Yasmin, and those events would stay the same. The relationship between Johnny and Robbie would stay the same, so Johnny and Robbie would still go their separate ways. Robbie would never go to Daniel in his timeline, so he would never learn Miyagi-Do. Miguel would slowly become popular, as he would be friends with Sam, but he would still remain friends with Dimitri and Eli. Season 1 would be pretty uneventful. The night of the All Valley, Xander Stone would still compete, and he would still be the All Valley champion. Season 2 would be pretty uneventful. Carice would continue living his life, and he wouldn't come back. Robbie would continue hanging out with Trey and Cruz, and eventually they would be arrested, so Trey and Cruz would go to jail, and Robbie would go to juvie. Johnny would eventually find out that Robbie was in juvie, and he would want to go visit him, but Robbie wouldn't want anything to do with Johnny, and while in juvie, Sean would be messing with Robbie. Since Robbie didn't know how to defend himself, Sean would continue to bully Robbie. Tori would still move to the valley, but in this timeline, she would join Topanga Karate. Aisha would continue to be bullied, and eventually her family would move away. And by season 3, Miguel's popularity would improve, and so would the popularity of Eli and Dimitri. And eventually Miguel and Sam would start dating. Miguel would meet Daniel, and Daniel and Miguel would get along, and season 3 would be pretty uneventful. And by season 4, Anthony and his friends would still bully Kenny, so in this timeline, Kenny would join Topanga Karate, so Anthony and his friends would eventually stop messing with him. Terry Silver would continue living his life, and he would be happy. Daniel would eventually go to Okinawa for different reasons, and he would still reunite with Kumiko, and he would still meet Chosen. Chosen would train Daniel, and Daniel would remember how karate was important to him. So by the time Daniel comes back to the US, Daniel would resume doing karate, and he would want to get Sam and Anthony involved, but they wouldn't be interested. So Daniel would ask Miguel if he would like to join him, and Miguel wanting to bond with Daniel, he would accept. So Daniel would start teaching Miguel some Miyagi-Do. The relationship between Miguel and Daniel would be very close to the relationship between Robbie and Daniel from the original timeline. Overall, things would be a lot more happy and more peaceful in this timeline. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Kyler never existed during the events of Cobra Kai? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.